Ancestry.com have just launched a simple DNA test that can trace your ethnicity down to the most minuscule amount. It's simple, really. You buy a kit, you give a saliva sample, and 6 to 8 weeks later, you get a breakdown of your heritage. But can it tell you if you're related to royalty, or can it tell you which particular part of the world your family are from? Brad Argent from Ancestry.com joins me now. Brad, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paul.
That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, how accurate is it, and what will it be able to tell you?
Okay, so when you're looking at accuracy with DNA tests, what you want to look at is how many markers are they looking at? Mm-hmm. And we look at 700,000 markers. Now, to put that into some perspective, last time we had a DNA product, we looked at what was at that point the most number of markers, which was 46. So
just how many is this again?
700,000. So just in the short space of a couple of years, our ability to be able to sort of drill in and get, real expert level detail of things like ethnicity has increased, several orders of magnitude.
So what is a marker?
So what a marker is we look at in your DNA, we look at those non-protein producing parts of your DNA. So they're the bits that don't change, right? We all know that from evolution, DNA changes every time it reproduces. There's changes in parts of your DNA. But a large section of your DNA doesn't change. And it's from that we're able to say,
so
okay,
it passes on. So
it's
a picture of the past.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what we focus on. And we pull markers out of that, like little spots on the DNA. And we then run that against the database that we have that says, all right, here's 26 ethnicities that we know, and we know their DNA looks like this.
Right.
And then we get yours and we run it through an algorithm.
So will that give you proportions of those different DNAs?
Yes, and it does. And it will say you're X% this. Now, it is an estimate, right? Because these are scientists and they'll never give you an absolute. Right. But it's a very, very good estimate.
And I suppose in some cases this is proving people's preconceptions about their past completely wrong. I mean, sometimes people will have...
In most cases, Paul, yes.
Is it really? I mean, are you getting people who will say, my God, I've always been told that, we were Indian or something like that?
Yeah. What we're seeing is because the way we do these algorithms, right, is we go 500 to 2,000 years back, right, roughly. Now, the great thing about that is for most of us, takes us back past our recorded history for our families. So we get a sense of where our family might have come from before they started hitting the record books. Right.
So will it tell you if you're a member of the royal family?
Not unless another royal decides to take a test
and
put
their
DNA, and we don't at this stage. But what I'm hoping will happen is we know that there are some known people who have connections to the royal family. So if one of them takes a test and then you get a match to that person,
it just might happen. All right, just before you came on, Mike Hutchison, Image Centre Group Executive Director, was in here talking about FIFA. He's sitting over in the corner of the studio now, and he told me something which was, I'll be honest with you, moderately interesting. What was it you said about your blood group, Mike?
My blood type apparently can only have come from Eastern Europe, but I thought I was Scots and Irish.
Because what is your blood type? You're
AB negative.
AB negative. Is that true?
Yes, and so am I, and all the best people are.
But is that true? So he can only have come from a certain part of the world?
Would have come from Eastern Europe.
It could be the case. Now, I have similar stories in my family. Now, I took a DNA test, and there is a little bit of Eastern European in there. Just a little.
Just enough to give you a blood type.
Yeah, not a lot. But the way DNA works, right, is you get 50% from mum and 50% from dad. But it's a randomised 50% because if it wasn't randomised, all the siblings would look exactly the same.
Yes, exactly.
So I might not have got...
And there's no one else on the planet that looks like Mike Hutchison.
No.
All right, here's what we're going to have to do. All you do is you purchase... How much do these kits cost?
These are $149 Aussie plus shipping, which is about $30
And they can get
Aussie.
them from Ancestry.com.
Yeah, if they just go to the website, they'll be fine.
And all you do is spit into a syringe. We're going to get Mike to spit into... See, it's really paid off for him coming in today. We're going to get Mike to spit into a syringe. Hillary, are you up for spitting into a syringe?
Keen as.
All right, Jim?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay,
Cool.
Jim's going to spit into a syringe. Why does it take so long?
Well,
6 to 8 weeks.
It takes 6 to 8 weeks. We have to ship it back to the US. It is just incredibly popular. We've done 850,000 people already.
Okay.
So it's hugely popular, and it's science, and sadly science takes a little bit of time.
Okay, 6 to 8 weeks. We'll know where you guys came from. I'm looking at you now. I sort of suspect I know already. Look, thank you so much, Brad.
Pleasure, Paul.
Brilliant. We will be talking about this obviously in 6 to 8 weeks' time. Thanks for joining us.